So anyway, guys, I'm understanding straight away that what I'm doing right now is an audio program, so I'm understanding that I focus upon helping my life to succeed differently, and I'm focusing on making sure that no matter what, that I need to stay positive. And I'm learning how much of a nightmare life can be. I'm learning how I'm understanding something. Now, I'm not living in a nightmare, but I feel that no matter what, that life is very different now. And life is much more in a new phase of my life now. And I'm actually learning something in the process. I need to keep moving. I need to keep moving somehow. I don't know why. And I need to understand something about life over here. I'm trying to focus on myself to love my life. So I'm understanding straight away how boring life can be. Life can be so boring if you have nothing to do. So you have to keep yourself in occupation, and you have to keep doing something, and you have to help out, and you have to help to see life much more differently, yeah? First you must understand straight away that I'm learning much more quicker to enjoy my life differently. So I'm understanding straight away how I slow my speed sometimes, but that's because I'm learning how to speak to you guys much more. And that's because I'm practicing my vocabulary as well. I'm learning how to dwell upon my life much greater. So I just found out that the doctor that is seeing me now is a psychiatrist as well. And I'm understanding straight away that we're going to see the results on the coming days moving forward about what's going to happen. But I understand Jesus Christ says that He may put me on the nice and beautiful DSP or disability support pension. So I'm understanding that no matter what, I feel like going and making more of my life through 9 to 5 work, because I just see myself dwelling upon a better way of life for myself. But it's much more how I have a decision to make, and it's more how I feel. I feel that no matter what, that I'm learning how to succumb to the fact I'm helping myself to deliver content, and I need to understand straight away that it's more than enough. So every single day, there's no rules in music, and you can do whatever you want in music production, and you can understand straight away how you can grow yourself differently, yeah? But it's much more how I feel, and I'm learning very quickly about life. So if you want to help yourself to find excellent ways of living life, you have to understand straight away that you dwell upon something much greater for yourself, and help yourself to do something nice and beautiful for yourself, yeah? I see anyway. See, as I go and grow myself differently, I'm enjoying myself anyway. I see I need more than that. I see it's much more how I feel. I see it's much more how I need to dwell upon my life much greater. But never will I kill anybody. I'll never kill anybody. And I'm learning how to have enthusiasm about my life. So I'm learning much quicker about how to just perform and outperform myself to do greater. So it's much more how I'm loving my life. So it's much more how I need to focus upon my life much better for myself. And I'm learning how to dwell upon helping myself grow. And that's how I feel. I feel anything that can never be alone can have a hard time in life. So I have more than enough. And it's much more how I'm learning very quickly about life. So I say it's much more how I need to love myself. I need to love myself, so I'm not saying how a melody must never ever come from anywhere in your music. Actually, a melody must come into the equation in a much greater direction, so it's much more how you have to start off with a melody in your music always. and you must understand that you must understand how to use the melody to persuade people to grow, and it's much more how I feel. And you must understand straight away that if you're growing yourself differently, that you're learning very quickly about life, or learning how to see what to never do. And I see anyway, I'm learning to overcome my demons. So what I want to do is help myself to dwell upon life much greater. So it's much more how I feel. I see that I never need anybody to hold my hand throughout life. I need to find myself doing a great job. And it's much more how I feel. And I feel that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about understanding something. I'm learning how to grow myself differently. But it's much more what I've been asking for, yeah? Actually, the next best step is to work a 9 to 5 job. While working a 9 to 5 job, I can make more money, but that's about it. I understand that. And then the next step after that is to get a family of life. Actually, the next step after that is live in Australia, and that's it. Actually, your life is only a few steps away. You're in the middle of each. You must understand that your life begins now. You must understand how to. I need you to help yourself to grow. I need you to help yourself to find a greater way of life. I need yourself to understand something about helping much more happen for yourself. So I see how people give you too much credit, and you must understand straight away how you need to go and grow yourself differently, yeah? And now what I want to do is help myself to love my life. So what I'm doing now is I'm learning how when people come over my house over here, I'm always welcoming them. I'm always welcoming people into my house. I'm always understanding something about life. I'm always performing and outperforming the crowd. And I'm making sure that no matter what, I have more than enough success to do much greater for myself, yeah? So that's what I'm actually doing for my life over here. I'm making sure I have that nice and beautiful persuasion. So for myself now, I'm understanding straight away I need to play new music. I understand straight away it's much more how I feel. And I need to go and grow myself. And it's much more how I need to develop myself. So it's much more how I need to go and grow myself anyway. I mean, what do you do, guys? I mean, you have to move around. And I have to move around for a bit. So you can get really, really bored. I can get really bored doing nothing in life. So I'm at least doing something. I'm talking to myself all day long. I'm living like a nightmare, guys. I can say my life is like a nightmare. And I'm learning how to just be in the words. I'm learning to give you guys words of encouragement. Ask Jesus Christ, why is my life this way? I think Jesus Christ says, it's the way it is. I see anyway. I see my life is not a nightmare. But actually my life is never a nightmare. But it feels like one. I feel that I need something. I need something more than this. But what do I need more than this? I need to understand straight away that I never need drugs and alcohol to support myself. I need myself to delay gratification as much as possible. I need myself to dwell upon just talking and talking with you guys daily. about some kind of life that I have. I have some kind of life, and I feel for myself, but I'm not sorry for myself. I'm not sorry for myself. I show myself empathy. I show myself to lift up during these times, to develop, and to just persuade myself to grow. I have to grow myself, and I always have to nicely and beautifully pause my nice and beautiful voice memo before I place my phone on the desk or on a flat surface, so that no unwanted recordings happen. And also, before I get in my dad's car, I need to just get the masks from the top of the bar and place it on the chair before driving, so I never crash my car. And my car is my words, but so I never crash my dad's physical car. And that way I'm learning how to be positive. I'm learning that my true friends is I. I is my true friend. I'm learning to develop something much more. I'm learning to go throughout life, talking more words, but I feel alone. And I have to live this life alone. And my dad's going away. I see my mum and dad are going away from this life. And if I find myself alone like this during that time, I promise you, I have better days coming up. I have better days. But it's more get a wife quickly. See, it's much more how I feel. I see nobody can fulfill me. I see nobody can fulfill me. I see kids can never fulfill me. I see life can never fulfill me. But I'm learning to love my life. I'm learning that if I go walking somewhere, I have to return home. I'm learning how to live life again and again. And that's why I sleep so much. I sleep so much because of the days and the schedule I have. I see it's much more how I feel. So what I need to do is improve my sleeping. I have to improve, and it's much more how I need to go and talk more words, but I see how I live life anyway. I see how my life is. I never need cigarettes. I never need to succumb to cigarettes in my life. I'm learning quickly about life. I'm learning how I'm open to doing a greater life for myself. And I'm helping myself to grow and outgrow myself. So what I do is I put on the television and I just move on. I see how people are living in life. I see other people and how they live. And I'm helping myself to grow. So it's more how all I really have time for, guys, is just I never have time for anything else. I see now I never kill anybody, I never kill myself. But I'm learning to live with myself. And now I'm never harming anybody, but I've come to a point of life where I'm so far ahead of the game of life, I'm so far ahead in terms of what I'm doing, that I'm choosing how to live my life much more daily in a better way. And I'm doing a greater job for myself. And I'm moving around, I'm helping myself remove any temptations that cause bad health. I'm learning how to grow myself, I'm helping myself grow. And I'm talking to myself daily and I'm enjoying myself daily and I'm picking myself up. But life is work. And the more you work, the better. So that's why I'm understanding something. I'm understanding how I've been working the whole time today. I've been working so much. And life is work. Life is work. So I have something to do always. I have something to do. So it's much more how I feel. And I feel alone. I feel alone right now. I ask Jesus Christ to fill me with His beautiful ways. And Jesus Christ has done that already. Yes, and I promise you, Jesus Christ says, I've done that for you already. Jesus Christ gave you everything He could. Jesus Christ gave you everything He could. Everything He can give you, He gave you. But actually, it's much more how fulfillment. I need more fulfillment in life. I need more meaning. I need more meaning, and that's it. I need to reason more. I need to talk more words, and that's it. I promise you. But I'm learning very quickly about life and how my life is. What do you do? I said, what do you do? I never said what to do. I said, what do you do? And I'm hoping I grow myself differently. And I'm always different. I help myself to love my life differently, and I see the suicide notion. I see how I'm never suicidal. I see every single day I'm learning very quickly. I'm never suicidal. But it's much more how if you bring it up, then you can be. But I never need to be suicidal. I understand straight away. I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning better than other people. I'm enjoying myself. I'm doing something to help myself to succeed. I can go have a bath for a bit and I can relax in the bath. I can go and do that for myself. I feel different, and I help myself to relax and do nothing. I see now I have to do something, but I realize anyway, I feel that other people can never fulfill me. I'm sure other people can never fulfill me, but I can fulfill myself through encouraging myself to do more words. I'm traveling through words. I understand straight away what I want to do, and what I understand about life is I want to have a life where I have more goals in terms of I can go anywhere I want right now. I want to be able to go anywhere I want. And where do I go about that? How do I do that? I want to go physically anywhere I want. So it's much more about the physical world, isn't it? Actually, yeah. I promise you will, since the physical world I want to achieve, then guess what? If you go that way, you're going to be alone regardless. In the sense, so if you want to achieve the physical world, if you want to achieve a physical world of talking it out with yourself, to have physical aspects in life, then you're going to end up alone. I want to have more money. I want to expand myself. I want to talk more words. But what is really, really driving me now, I promise you, more words is driving me. I promise the more words I speak, the better. I'm speaking more words. I'm encouraging myself, but it's more, I want to talk much more words. And I understand something. I want to see much more images about life, and that's why I'm complaining. I'm never complaining. I'm understanding. I'm just somebody who wants to see more images of life. I want to be able to achieve what other people have done in this life. I want to be able to achieve what others have. And that's the thing. I realize it's much more that. I realize other people have some type of success, And I want that success too. I want that success too. And that's it, I promise you. I deserve it too. I mean, what have they done that I haven't? Or should they have beautiful looking women around them in a way of girlfriend and man and wife and stuff like that, and they have weddings? Or should they also have cars? Or should they have cars? Or should what else? Or should they have sports cars? Or should they have millionaires and billionaires? Or should they can travel the world? Or should they have helicopters and jets? Or should they go around the world playing their own music? Or should they are partying much more? I mean, what else? Or should they partying much more than me? Or should they have physical body more than me? Or should they have kids? Or should they have kids? Or should, I mean, you guys understand? Or should they have more sex than I? Or should they have more sex than I do? So it's more physical world pleasures, isn't it? Or should more physical pleasures and more of being able to achieve something much greater. So what do? I mean, I have to enjoy myself. But that's how I feel. I feel I want to achieve what they have. I want to achieve their looks. I want to achieve the way they look. I want to achieve their success in life. So, am I jealous? I'm not jealous. I admire their success. But nobody's going to help me get their success except I. You understand? Probably, I want to help myself to succumb to a greater way of life for myself overall. And I'm understanding how to do that for myself. So I'm understanding straight away to just grow myself differently, yeah? I'm focusing on helping myself to love life. Helping myself to grow, and that's it. But since I help myself grow, I'm learning. I'm learning how to help myself to deliver content. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm doing content. I'm doing work for love. I'm doing my nice and beautiful way of life over here. And that's how I feel. I feel that I want to express myself. But I can't express myself. And now, do I need someone here? I want over here now to have 5 women over here to just look at me and to have sex with me. I mean, have sex with me as well. I mean, what for? I mean, I never need that. I mean, what else do I need? I mean, I need people around me. I need people around me. I need people to say I love you to me. I never need people around me. I never need people to say I love you to me. What else is it? I just need I. I just need I. I just need I. I is all I need. I is all I need. I just need the word I. Unfortunately, you understand? I need to move. I need to move somewhere. I need to go somewhere. I need to develop myself. I need to move in a direction that's moving me forward. I need to find an idea. I need to grab it and give it to you. I need to grab an idea and give it to you. I need to make myself more spontaneous. I need to make myself more better looking. I have to develop myself. I have to show myself much more. I have to show myself courage. I have to show myself much more development. I have to start slowly and I have to move forward regardless of what's going on. I have to help myself. So that's how I feel. I can let my dog in the house. See, it's much more how I feel. See, my dog is my companion. See, my dog lets me be much greater. Actually, my dog can watch me having a shower. See, it's much more how I feel. I'm learning very quickly about life. See, it's much more how I'm developing myself here. I'm developing my life moving forward. And that's how I feel. I feel much more different. I feel much more alive. So anyway guys, I'm about to have a bath for myself. So I'll do a much better job. So anyway guys, so what I'm doing over here is I'm learning how to actually dwell upon helping myself over here to do greater. So I'm understanding straight away that I need to go do much greater. So make sure you understand straight away that you can never be bored. And I mean, you must understand straight away how to live life. So find something to do and find something to do for yourself so you can understand straight away how you can actually live your life. So live your life differently and focus upon helping yourself to understand straight away how to love your life. So you can always start speaking to the audio camera and audio and start speaking and start doing something to help your life, yeah? Or you start doing something today to help yourself, is what I mean. So every single day of your life, do something to nicely and beautifully help yourself to grow, and that way you're learning very quickly about life. So no matter what I want to do, I want to go and do my synonyms and antonyms, and I actually want to help myself to grow first with my words. I want to help myself to deliver content. Help myself to understand something. That's much more how I feel. I feel that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about life. So I'm understanding straight away that as I grow myself differently, I'm looking for different ways to help myself, yeah? So what else can you do? I mean, all you can do is talk more words, and all you can do is really, really help yourself to develop more words for yourself, and you can actually do much more words, but it's much more how you have to get people to listen to you, and you have to understand straight away that it's much more how you feel, and it's much more how it feels. So no matter what I'm doing a great way of life over here. I'm understanding straight away that no matter what, that people have to see what I'm doing over here. And I'm learning very quickly about life, so I'm learning how to actually help myself to succeed differently. So I'm learning very quickly about life. So no matter what I'm doing, I'm learning very quickly how everything's happening differently for me. And I'm learning how to go differently about life. So every single day I'm learning how to actually grow myself. So as I grow myself differently, I'm finding a greater way. So you must understand straight away that as I grow myself, I'm looking for something to say, I'm looking for something to do. I'm not saying that there's always some nice and beautiful way for you to grow yourself, and there's a nice and beautiful way for you to understand straight away how to feel throughout life. So you have to understand straight away how to love your life differently. And it's much more how you have to understand that you grow yourself differently in the best kind of way. And it's much more how it is. And you have to understand straight away how you need to grow. And grow yourself, yeah? I mean, grow yourself differently. So you have to understand straight away that no matter what I'm doing something different. I'm doing something that's nice and beautiful. But I'm learning also. I'm reading and learning while also talking to you guys. I'm talking to you and I'm learning and reading and also talking to you at the same time. So I'm reading on YouTube right now while talking to you, and I'm learning how to actually grow myself differently. So every single time now, I'm not saying that no matter what, that my life is just like that. And what can you do? I mean, everything in terms of life, I'm not saying straight away how I feel. And I'm learning how women over here, I understand that if you have a woman or man, or girlfriend or boyfriend, I promise you, it's more like you have to put your time into them, and you have to put your time and legacy into these people, and it's much more how it is. And you must understand straight away that as time goes on, I promise you, people lose friends over time, and it's much more how your social circle gets smaller, but your social circle must get bigger and bigger throughout time. And you have to understand straight away that you have to adapt quickly right now so you can actually love your life, so that no matter what you can develop yourself, that you can employ yourself in the best kind of way, so you can understand straight away that you can go and dwell upon life. So focus upon helping yourself to grow, and that's how you actually understand something. that you understand straight away that no matter what, you have so much more content. So it's much more how business is different, and with business you have to interact with other people, and you have to give all this content for free as well. And you may have a following as well, and straight away you must understand straight away how business grows differently, yeah? Honestly, it's much more how I feel, and you have to understand straight away how different it is. So you must understand that if you want to grow yourself differently, that you're learning much more about life. So I'm understanding that no matter what I'm doing, I'm learning how to grow myself. So every single day I'm learning how to actually talk to you guys while actually loving my life. I'm understanding that no matter what, that life is going for me and life is moving along. But I'm learning to speak more words anyway. I'm learning to practice. I'm learning to practice my words. I'm learning to do something for nothing. I'm learning to help myself to grow. And that's it. I promise you must understand show. I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best to deliver content. So it's much more how I feel. So it's more how you guys need to understand something, that you guys must grow, and you guys must grow yourself, and you must understand straight away how to deliver content, yeah? I promise you it's much more how it is. So deliver content quickly, and that way you're enjoying yourself, and enjoy yourself in the best kind of way forward. So it's much more how it is. So it's much more how I'm learning very quickly about life. So it's much more how I feel. I feel that no matter what, that I'm learning very quickly, but you have to learn how to help yourself grow and learn much more. I mean, learn how to actually persuade yourself, and persuade yourself persuade yourself differently, and just be able to grow yourself differently. So no matter what you're learning, I see anyway. I see it's much more how I feel. I see it's much more how I understand straight away. So what I need to do is help myself. I need to help myself grow much more. So every single time I'm learning how to understand something. So every single day I'm learning how to actually grow myself. So what I do is a nice and beautiful attitude with what I say and what I do, and what I need to understand. I need to go and love my life. I love my life, so I see it's much more how I need to help myself to do better. I see it's much more how I need to go and grow myself. I see I need to go and grow myself. I see it's much more how I need to go and grow. So as I grow, I need to make sure that no matter what, that I need to go and help myself to do better. I see, so every single day I'm learning how to love my life. I see it's much more how I feel. So no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about life. So I'm learning how to develop myself. So it's much more how I feel. So you guys need to understand straight away that as I grow myself differently, I'm looking for better ways to deal with life, and I'm looking to understand something. That there's much more to say and much more to do, yeah? So no matter what I'm doing, I'm looking for a better way. I'm looking to understand something that I can just deliver content, but there's so much to say and so much to do every single day. I see it's much more how I feel. It's much more how I feel. So what I do is I'm learning very quickly. I'm learning how to actually understand something about life. I see how I understand straight away that I just make 25% of a property, and how I can understand straight away that I'm learning very quickly about life, and I'm learning how to actually help myself grow. So I'm learning how I understand something. Now I'm learning very quickly about going to my mum's house so I can actually help myself to grow myself. So it works out for me personally to go with her and to just be with her and to never come back. I promise you, it's more how I feel. I feel much more different. I feel that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning how to actually help myself grow. I'm learning to love my life, yeah. And I'm helping myself to understand something, that I'm learning how to grow myself in the best kind of way forward. So no matter what I'm doing, is I'm learning how to move overseas to love my life. So what I need to go and do life much more greater, and I need to have myself a nice and beautiful life. I need to have a nice and beautiful way of life. So every single day I'm learning how to go and grow. I need to grow myself. So there's always a greater way. So speak over something and learn how to actually speak much more positively. It's much more how I feel. It's much more how I understand straight away. It's much more how you need to go and grow yourself differently. So what I need to do is grow myself differently. I need to grow myself differently. I need to help myself to understand something. I need to understand how to love my life. I see my life over here and I see it's much more how I feel. I feel different. I feel I need to go and develop myself. But what else can you do? I mean, you have to speak more words. I see anyway. I have to develop myself with more words. I need to speak much more words. I need to grow. I need to grow myself. I need to show for it. I need to show for a better way of life. I have to keep pushing. I have to keep pushing myself to grow. I need to love my life. I see anyway. See much more how I feel. I need to grow myself in my life moving forward, yeah? I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning how to grow myself differently, yeah? I see anyway. I'm learning how I'm never bored. I'm never bored, but I'm looking to grow myself. I'm looking to help myself to grow. I see anyway. I'm learning how to understand to never go to sleep right now because I'm doing myself a favour over here. And I'm just making sure I'm learning how to grow myself differently. So I'm learning how to understand straight away that I need to help myself to do better. I need to do better. I need to make sure I'm looking for better ways of dealing with my life. I love life. And I need to read. I need to read much more. But as I read, I understand alone. I see alone never results in a capital gain. I'm learning very quickly about I have to sit down with my accountant to see about everything. I understand straight away. I see I have to invest in personal expenses because I never have expenses. I never lose via corporations because I understand straight away how I feel. I see the whole point of a corporation is to protect you. Of course, you must understand that what you need to do, and you have to borrow the money to make sure that no matter what that you're looking for a greater way of life, and make sure you understand straight away that you copy what people say and send it into an audio program, and that way you'll understand straight away. I mean, when you're taking money out, start with an S corporation and make sure you understand straight away that you always make sure you do better. So you have to convert your loan into either interest or into a nice and beautiful way of life, and make sure that no matter what that you have to always take money into a distribution, so that you understand straight away that no matter what, that you live life much greater. So make sure you understand straight away. I see. Anyway, I'm learning. I see, it's much more how I feel. I see. Make sure that you understand straight away. See, you have to. I see there is such thing as expense report, and you must understand straight away that no matter what, you have to think big and act small, and you have to do. I mean, you have to understand to act big also, and you have to understand straight away that no matter what, you must understand straight away that you're learning very quickly about life, and you have to learn quickly the financial game. And the financial game is learning very quickly about life. So I see so much more how I need to help myself. I need to help myself grow. See, anyway. See, it's a new day. See, yes it is. See, and see so much more how I feel. I see, anyway, I need to develop myself. So much more how I feel. I feel no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about life. So stay away from being a sole proprietor and C corporation in terms of tax, because that way you're going to do a greater way of life. And I'm learning that very quickly about my life. So I'm learning to never be a sole proprietor. I'm learning to be never a C corporation either. So I'm understanding straight away that I have to find out why. I have to understand because and that's why. I understand it's much more how I feel. I'm learning how to grow myself differently. I see it's much more how I feel. I need to love life. So what I want to do is develop myself to grow. And I'm learning very quickly about life. So I'm understanding straight away that I'm pushing content into YouTube. I'm pushing myself to grow. I'm pushing myself to talk more words. I'm learning very quickly about life. So anyway, I sometimes have to repeat content twice over to make sure that no matter what, I catch with the feeling of what's said, to actually do much greater. So I see how I'm learning very quickly. So I'm learning how to actually understand something to do better. I'm learning very quickly. I'm doing much greater, so every single day I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning very quickly. I see anyway, I'm learning how a sole proprietor is never protected by lawsuits, and sole proprietors pay the massive taxes. I see sole proprietors pay the most taxes, and that's why I never want to be a sole proprietor. I see C corporations are the big guys. I see C corporations are the big businesses. I see anyway. I see it's much more how I'm learning. And C corporations pay 21% tax. See, it's much more how I feel. I see it's much more how I feel. See, it's much more how I feel. I see it's much more how I see. I see it's much more how I need to help myself grow. So no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about life. So go over a nice and beautiful video twice or 3 times, so you can understand it much better, and that way you're learning much quicker. And I'm learning very quickly, so I understand straight away that you must understand how to grow yourself differently, and you're learning much quicker about life, and you're making sure that no matter what that you're helping yourself grow. And that way I'm learning very quickly about life. See, anyway, see it's much more how I feel. See, you must understand. See, it's much more how I feel. I feel that no matter what, that if I'm learning, see, it's much more how you have to lend yourself, you have to borrow money from the bank so that no matter what, that nobody can tax you in terms of life, and so that nobody can also do a lawsuit on you. So make sure you understand that, and make sure you understand straight away that you can repeat the video as much as possible, so you learn how to develop your life. So understand straight away how you can understand. So when you have a loan, make sure that no matter what, that you are never ever somebody who gets the money for yourself, but make sure you put it into your other company, so that your other company can be a company that has lawsuits, in terms of that has a lawyer to make sure that you never get lawsuit. So make sure you understand straight away. So borrow the money, and here's how you borrow it. And you never borrow money in your personal name, but make sure you understand straight away that you do a great job, and make sure you understand straight away. And loans are never taxable, so loans are never income to you. And make sure you understand straight away that you understand straight away how to do much greater. And I understand straight away you borrow loans, so you owe the money back, and you make sure that no matter what. I see, so make sure you have the corporation lend it to your nice and beautiful way of life. I see, have a limited liability company, which is an asset company. So never have a. See, so every single day you're learning. You're learning. So it's much more. I see, borrow the money. I see, go and loan out your personal loan to a nice and beautiful way of life over here. So see, it's much more how it is. See, I see, you must understand. See, you borrow the money. See, once you borrow the money, see, loans are never taxable because you owe the money back, so it's not income to you. So you borrow the money. So now, here's how you borrow it. I see, we don't have you borrow it in your personal name, but rather we have the corporation lend it to your limited liability company or limited partnership that is going to do the investing. That way, it's always protected for asset protection purposes. It's never coming into your hands, so it's never available for anybody to sue you personally. Right, you've got a loan to that other company, to the new limited liability company, to say not taxable. I see the interest that you pay to the C corporation is deductible, as long as you're using it in that real estate business. Is deductible as real estate expense, and the interest income is taxable to the C corporation at 21%. I see, so doing a loan, if you need to take money out of that C corporation, then you do it through a loan, and preferably not to yourself as a shareholder, rather lend it to the company that's going to do the new business or the new investment. So now that's the C corporation. We're talking about two ends of the spectrum: the sole proprietorship, where you're going to pay 100% self-employment tax, 100%, and it's not sure how it is. So See, sole proprietorship has self-employment tax, where it's 100% income tax on all of your money, and the corporation, the C corporation, which is it's called in terms of the C corporation, where you're only going to have 21% tax. You just can't. I promise you, with C corporation, you cannot take the money out. So, see, it's much more how it is. See, if you take the money out, I see now over here. So if you take the money out as a distribution, it's going to be subject to a second level of tax. And if you take it out of a salary, it's going to be a personal income tax at your higher rate of social security tax with C corporation. So if you so it's much more how it is, guys. So I'm just over here doing a nice and beautiful life over here. See, so C corporation has 21% tax. We just can never take the money out. But if you take the money out as a distribution, it's going to be subject to a second level of tax. And if you take it, if you take out a salary, it's going to be subject to a personal income tax at your higher rate and social security tax. So if you have to take much money out outside of what you're living on, now any money you're going to take out to live on, then just take out as salary at most. I see. So any money you have, I see any money that you want to be, let's say, investing on in terms of taking out with your C corporation is salary. So make sure the salary is the best investment for you. I see. So a personal income tax at your higher rate and social security tax. So if you have to take much money out outside of what you're living on, and any money that you're going to take, I see salary. I see a dividend is okay. I see most of the time take it out as a salary. So sit down with your accountant and walk through the numbers. And if you're a C corporation, I need to take money out, and I need to understand that what you're trying to do is minimize income tax, and we're trying to minimize social security tax. So there's so you have to understand straight away that I see never pay. I see some people ask the question, why don't I pay people ask the question over here, why don't I pay personal expenses from the, why don't I just pay for personal expenses out of my business? Never ever pay personal taxes or business expenses from your business, but use other people's money to do that. Never ever pay personal expenses and tax money from your own business account, so you can actually do a greater life. And it's very simply like this, so you potentially lose all of the benefits of having a corporation in the first place. So the primary reason to have a corporation isn't for taxes, but it's to protect yourself from creditors, so it's that all. I see your business is your riskiest asset, and you must understand you have to protect yourself from creditors in terms of businesses. So you have to understand straight away that you need to kind of learn something much quicker. So you just read it out to people, and you read out something to people so you can actually learn the financial game of everything that's said, so you can understand straight away to love your life differently. Yeah. So I'm only the word I only. See, always your business is going to be your riskiest asset, and that's the one that's going to potentially generate the most lawsuits. So you want to protect your other assets that you hold outside of your business from somebody who sues the business. See, if you start commonly funds, that you start to pay personal expenses from your personal expense. I see if you start to jeopardize your experience with business customers, and if you start to pay personal expenses from your business account, then you jeopardize your business account and your C corporation. I see anyway. I see it's much more. I see much. I understand. I see every single attorney in the world will tell you this, that you never commingle assets because it's the worst thing you can do. I see the wrong one. I see the wrong way to money. I see the wrong way to take money out is to pay personal expenses, but the right way is either through a loan, or depending on what your tax rates are, sit down with your accountant through a distribution or salary. So make sure you understand straight away that I never cut the word I out. I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning very quickly, so I'm learning how to understand. So as he said, make sure you anyway. Never commingle assets because it's the worst thing you can do. So now what you're not going to do is, let's have a look at this one. What you're not going to do is pay for personal expenses, but the right way is either through a loan, or depending on what your tax rates are, sit down with your accountant through a distribution or a salary. See, now those are the only ways to make sure that you can do better. I see the more you can leave into a the more you can go into a C corporation, the better for you. And that way you're learning much quicker about life. So you sit down with your accountant and you understand straight away that the better off you are. So the C corporation, again, 21% tax rate. I see now you say, look, I see it's much more how C corporations have 21% tax rate. And I see it's much more how you have to understand straight away. See, an S corporation is a business that's a regular operating business, which is an S corporation. See, you may be in limited. Anyway, I'm learning very quickly about. I'm doing great. And anyway, I'm learning very quickly about life. So, in a C corporation again, there is 21% tax rate. Now you say, look, I see now, it's much more how I feel. It's much more how I feel. You must be an S corporation to have a regular operating business, which is an S corporation business, and you have to have a better business than that, but people go into the S corporation. But if you may be a limited liability company, taxed as an X corporation, but that's a whole different discussion. And it's much more how it is. So it's much more how I feel. And you have to pay yourself first. Pay yourself first, yeah? Anyway, if you have any kind of feelings for a greater way of life, then you're learning. You're learning something different. So it's much more how I feel. So you must understand the only way that you can do it is to understand something. You have to talk it out. Most of the time. It's much more how I feel. How I learn how to grow myself. So S corporations are taxed 100% of the time. So I see that. I see an S corporation. It's very different. I see in S corporation there's no tax on distribution. So I see you have to sit down with your accountant to see what's a reasonable salary for you, and you have to grow yourself anyway. So yeah, I see. So you already pay the tax, and you already see that you earned it. And what else? So when you distribute it, so that's the beauty of an S corporation compared to a C corporation. So we're learning over here something. I see when you take a salary from your S corporation, then on that salary there's going to be social security tax. So what you want to do is minimize the amount of salary that you take, and it has to be a reasonable amount. Basically, what you do is pay somebody to do your job, but all of the money that's being earned by the company itself and not by you as an employee, as an employee of the company, that should be taken out as a distribution most of the time. Listen carefully. I see most of the time that should be taken out as a distribution. Why is that? I say because as an S corporation, you as the owner are taxed on 100% of the income of the corporation, whether it's distributed or not. I see the corporation doesn't pay any tax. You pay the tax at your ordinary income tax rates. So you've already paid the tax. In other words, it's already taxable and you earn it. So when you distribute it, there's no second tax. So that's the beauty of the S corporation compared to a C corporation, which is just the ability to be able to understand that any money that's in your business account already, that's distributed through the tax legislation process, is already your money in the process, and that's why. So it's much more how I feel. It's much more how it's much more how you have to learn. You have to learn, and you have to help yourself to grow yourself differently. So it's much more how I feel. It's much more how my audio went all ways, but it's much more how I'm learning very quickly about life. So I'm learning very quickly about helping myself to grow myself differently, and you have to sit down with your accountant and go through everything. So you have to have your own accountant in life, and you have to have a bookkeeper as well, which is an accountant, and that's how I feel. So no matter what I'm doing, I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning how to do this much greater. So it's much more how I feel. It's much more how I feel. So every single day I'm looking for a greater time. I'm making sure that no matter what, that life happens. And since life happens, everything's happening. Never use business money to pay personal expenses. Do you understand? So you have a line of credit and borrow loan through the line of credit to pay personal expenses. So it's much more how you must understand that you always just borrow money and use borrowing money to pay all your personal taxes and to pay all your nice and beautiful way of life. So make sure you understand that no matter what, you use debt to pay off debt. And that's how you do it. You understand? So, see, every single day, learn how to understand straight away how you have to grow yourself differently, and see, it's much more how you have to understand straight away that you need to grow yourself differently, and you have to go and love life. So you need to find much more secrets in talking much more words. So it's much more how I feel, and I feel different. I feel much more alive. I feel that I never need a smoke or a cigarette. I have my beautiful time over here. I have a nice and beautiful time over here with myself, and I'm learning something quickly. So no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about life over here. So I'm learning very quickly about life. I see, anyway, I'm learning very quickly about how to never ever pay personal expenses with my business account. So I'll do better. See, anyway, I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm making sure I'm helping myself to develop. And as I develop myself, I'm looking for a better way for myself to succeed. And I'm learning very quickly about life. So that's how I feel. See, anyway, I see, so as I grow myself differently, I'm helping myself to develop myself over here. I'm helping myself to love my life, so that's how I feel. And how I feel is much more different, so no matter what, I'm looking for better ways of ideas. I'm practicing, and I make sure that no matter what, I'm helping myself to grow. So what I want to do is love my life differently, and that's it. Actually, it's much more how I feel. I feel that no matter what, I'm looking for a better way of life. See, anyway, see, it's much more how it is. And you guys, you guys have to understand straight away how to deliver content. So it's much more how you guys need to help yourself. So if you want to help yourself differently, see, it's much more how you guys need to develop yourself. So it's much more how it is. So I'm making sure anyway that I'm learning very quickly about life. So this is a nice and beautiful video over here on my nice and beautiful busing course 135. Course 135. I see course 135. I'll say how to improve your asset column. So how to improve your asset column. So anyway, so it's much more how I feel. So it's much more how I need to grow myself differently. See, it's much more how I'm doing a great job. So every single day I'm looking how to help myself grow. I'm learning quickly, and I'm helping myself to grow. And that's it. See, it's much more how I feel. I feel a nice and beautiful life over here, and busking over here, and that's how I feel. So no matter what I'm doing, I'm looking for better ways to improve myself. So I'm helping myself to grow myself differently, yeah? So 361 over here. So 361. Let's see, anyway. Let's see, it's much more how I feel. I'm learning very quickly about life over here. I'm learning how to actually grow myself differently, guys. And you have to help yourself to deliver content. And that's how you actually grow yourself. And so you grow yourself differently, and You make sure that no matter what, that you have that nice and beautiful recoil about life. And we are making sure that no matter what, that you're learning much quicker about business. So read business books and tax regulations and stuff like that. And in the essence, so what you want to do, and I realize what you want to do is help yourself to deliver content for yourself much greater. And if you grow yourself differently, then you'll understand straight away how to love life, and that's how you actually grow. So I'm understanding straight away that as I grow myself differently, I'm looking for better ways of dealing with my life. I'm making sure that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about helping myself to dwell upon, helping myself grow. I'm helping myself to live life, and that's how I feel. So anyway, so that's how you guys need to do life. See, you guys have to see straight away that different business skills and different assets and different ways of happenings. So I'm understanding straight away, I'm learning very quickly how the S corporation is much better, but I'm understanding straight away I need more information. And it's much more how everything is going on its own. And you must understand that business books is what I need. I need to read business books. And what I need to do is learn very quickly about life. And that's it. First, you must understand straight away how I feel that no matter what, I have something to do all my life. I'm learning something to do always with what I'm doing around my life over here. So I'm learning very quickly about life, and I'm helping myself to deal with my life much greater. So I'm understanding straight away that I'm learning how to actually grow myself. I'm learning how to grow myself differently, yeah? So anyway, I'm learning how to develop my life. I'm learning how to help myself grow. And that's it. I promise you, it's much more how I feel. And as I grow myself differently, I'm looking for a better way. I'm looking for something to do. I'm making sure that no matter what, I can see straight away how I'm looking for something to help myself with. I'm learning that nice and beautiful way forward. And I'm learning how I never need anybody except I. And that's a habit. Unfortunately, that's a habit, and I understand how to do that now. I see it's not sure how you have to understand that you never need anybody except yourself. And you have to understand straight away that you have to talk it out, and it's a habit. Actually, it's a habit. Actually, you must understand straight away. I see how you have to understand straight away. Come back to the word I and look at your heart and say I. I is how you have to understand. I'm learning how to grow myself. I love I. I see everybody's different, yeah? I feel anyway. I feel it's much more how I feel. I see if you're growing yourself differently, actually understanding something. Now I'm understanding straight away what I need to do much greater with now, and just speak much more positively to be able to grow myself. And I feel that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about my life. So I'm understanding straight away that I'm alone, but I'm never alone. I'm never alone as well. I understand straight away I do have people around me. I love life. I understand something. I understand straight away how I'm feeling. So what I want to do now is help myself grow. I help myself to do much greater for myself. And I'm learning very quickly about life. So every single day I'm learning how to grow myself differently. And I'm learning to help myself to do much greater. So I help myself grow. I help myself to develop much greater. And it's much more how I feel. So no matter what I'm doing a great way of life. So every single time I'm just learning how to help myself to develop myself quickly, and I help myself to develop a better way of life. So it's much more how I'm ahead of the game, I'm ahead of the content, I'm ahead of all that, and that's why I'm understanding straight away how I can live life alone, because I never need anybody. I never need anybody, and that's what my dad tells me, and he says to me that he never needs me. I understand, because he's never feeling lonely like that. I understand that now. I understand, so no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about life, and all I need is I just need I only. So anyway, see, it's not sure how I feel. I feel much more different, so you have to grow yourself, and as you grow yourself, that you need to go and help yourself grow, and just delay gratification and delay people in life. And if you delay people, just make sure you understand to never delay the ones that you want to talk to. I mean, their sense, that's much more how you understand straight away. I talk to my family only. I talk to family only, I never talk to anybody else. I mean, every single day I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning how to grow myself differently, and I'm helping myself grow. That's much more how I feel. Really, I see anyway, I'm feeling my life. I'm feeling how to actually love life. I see why people commit suicide is because they feel so alone and they believe the people are against them. Actually, people who commit suicide are people who need other people to be around them. So they're unavailable to, let's say, help themselves. They're unable to help themselves. And that's it. I see, it's not sure how you have to understand straight away to grow yourself differently, and you have to live life differently. So it's not sure how it is. So no matter what happens, just realize that everything's happening to you, for you, and whatever happens is for you guys. So put your time into the best places. So where else can I put my time in the best places? Actually, just in the moment right now, actually it's the best I can do. Actually, it's the absolute best I can do. And I'm learning very quickly about life, so I'm learning how to have all this massive database of knowledge about business, because I'm understanding straight away. I'm understanding straight away how I need to grow myself. And what comes up must come down. I see, it's much more how I need to do a much greater job for myself. So every single day I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning how to dwell upon myself over here to do my own life greater. I see, it's much more how I'm learning very quickly about life. So I'm helping myself grow. So no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about life. And it's much more how I feel. I feel that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about understanding. I'm helping myself grow. I help myself to understand something. I'm understanding straight away, and I'm learning very quickly about life. So it's much more how you have to grow yourself. You have to be stronger than the temptation to gratify yourself. I mean, understand? I mean, you have to be much more, and you have to understand straight away how you need to be strong about what you're doing. And you have to be ahead of the game. And that way you have to understand straight away how you have to grow yourself, yeah? I see it's much more how it is. And it's much more how I feel. I feel much more different. I feel alive. I feel different. I feel much more alive. So it's much more how I feel. And you guys have to understand straight away how to develop yourselves. See, it's much more how it is. See, anyway, as I'm growing myself, I'm looking for a better way. So anyway, so make sure you guys understand to delay gratification as much as possible. So you understand straight away to do a great job for yourself. So it's much more how it is. And you must understand straight away that if you're growing yourself differently, that you're making a great job for yourself, and that you're doing a great job for yourself, and that you're doing something nice and beautiful for yourself. So make sure you understand straight away that no matter what, that you're learning much quicker about life, and you're learning how to never be anybody other than yourself over here, and making sure that all the time that you be alone and focus on understanding straight away you have to be doing something, yeah? And now, for myself at least, see, it's much more how I need to go and grow myself. And I'm learning how to help myself grow. So I'm understanding straight away that as I grow myself differently, I'm looking for helping myself grow. So no matter what I'm doing, I'm learning how to love my life. I'm learning how to help myself to make sure that I'm learning how to deliver my nice and beautiful life moving forward. So every single day I'm looking for my life moving much greater for myself. So I'm actually understanding straight away how I'm helping myself to love life and helping myself to move forward, yeah? And I'm learning that nice and beautiful challenge of life that is just growing myself. And you have to understand that other people have success in other areas that you just dream of. I understand, so it's much more how you have to understand that you move on and you find that Jesus Christ has certain success only, and the people all have different types of success. In the sense, no matter what, everybody's different, and my success is something much more than yesterday, and I feel that I'm learning very quickly how what you put your focus onto succeeds, and what you put your focus on prospers. Once you also understand that wherever your focus is, understand that's where you're successful. But if you're putting your success into money, then once your money goes down the bin, and once your money goes into zero, or once you become broke with money, all that time went to the money that you put into a location, and all that money is gone from your account because you're working for money, and you never work for money, guys. You never work for money. You work for abundance. You understand how other people have money, but guess what? They have no time and travel, and they have money. I have money, I have time, I have travel. I can travel. I can travel if I want to. And the thing is, for myself over here, I'm not saying something now. I'm not saying that before anything happens, I want to go and succeed for myself to learn much more greater. And I want to go to Launceston very soon. I just want to go for a bit. I want to enjoy my ride. I want to go with my nice and beautiful clothing or whatever I have. And I just go with my shoulder bag to Launceston. And at Launceston I get whatever I need over there in terms of life, and I just go to Devonport and I go travel a bit more around Australia. And I feel that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about life, and I'm helping myself grow. So I'm learning to go and get myself a new shirt. I need a new shirt. I have to get myself a new shirt. So I have to contact Kmart. I have to go to Kmart. I have to go Kmart online to get myself a new shirt. And it's much more how I feel. I'm learning very quickly about life. And I'm learning how to understand straight away. I'm doing much greater.